What are my strengths and weaknesses? What could I do to improve myself in society? I had a few strengths in Civic Mirror. One of those strengths included trading with others. Throughout the game, I worked hard to trade with others so that I would have food, shelter, and other essential units to help keep my family alive. This was a difficult task as I started the game as part of the cultural minority. I did not own any hexes, and because of that, every year was a new challenge. Another strength was that I did a good job at trying to be an active participant in the simulation. I worked to be involved in different seasons by taking on roles. For example, I was once a moderator at Town Hall. In addition, I decided to be the historian so that I could further myself in Civic Mirror. My last strength is my ability to complete all of the year-end evaluations and hidden agenda applications on time. I tried to complete tasks throughout the course, knowing that it could only help me in the future. This being said, I also had many weaknesses in the game. I think my biggest weakness was not being able to complete parts of my hidden agenda. I think that I should have made deals with other people, not only the people who had the same goals as me. Another weakness I had was leaving things to the last minute. Near the end of the year, I would always try to do last-minute trades to complete my hidden agenda or to ensure that my family members would remain alive by the end of the year. This is a lesson for me as it relates to real life. I need to be organized in my life and in Civic Mirror. This will help me at school, at home, and at my extracurricular activities. Overall, I had several strengths and weaknesses in Civic Mirror. I had good days and bad days. I had bad seasons and even years. I should look over what those mistakes or good moments were, and then I can evaluate and learn from them. I will apply what I have learned in real life, which will help me in the long run. What did I really begin to understand about law, government, and/or society? Both after and while playing Civic Mirror, I learned a lot about law, government, and society. It helped me to become much more appreciative of politicians and their jobs. From experience in Civic Mirror, I realized how much time and effort goes into not only being part of government, but being part of the opposition, or just creating a campaign. In Civic Mirror, it was much more condensed and also easier as there was not as much added pressure for making decisions on behalf of a real country. I can only imagine how stressful it could be at times. I also realized that making a bill or law is a super long process. There are 7 steps. Can you believe it? While playing Civic Mirror, I would get bored of looking over and over a bill, and this was only for half a period, let alone weeks or months on end. Lastly, I also started to understand a lot more about society. I've realized that people are selfish whether they intend to be or not. They only care about what they want, and most people will complain when what they want doesn't get done, adding even more pressure to people involved in politics. I never thought about civics before this class, but after this course, I have a much greater appreciation for it. What about this experience did I find frustrating, depressing, or upsetting? And what can I learn from it? Overall, I believe that this was a great experience. Playing Civic Mirror was fun and an interesting way to learn about civics in only half a semester. However, I do not think that everyone in the class felt the same way. I found it upsetting that other people were uninterested and did not take it seriously. This impacted me and my game, which then made me frustrated. For example, if someone owned an essential hex, like a farm, and did not power it, it largely affected me, my game, and as well as everyone else. Without power, no one could get food, and by the time the year was over, everyone had at least one family member that died. Another thing I found upsetting was how inactive everyone was during different seasons at events like Town Hall, House of Commons, and during National Court Day. If people became more passionate about it, I think we would have learned more as well as helping to make the class more interesting. What I can learn from this is to always work hard and put in effort, because while you think it may only be affecting you by slacking off, it really affects others too. Doing that would not be fair to them. Despite this, my experience of Civic Mirror was very positive, and I really enjoyed playing the game as part of my civics class.